Hey everyone, it's James Upjohn here from Skem First. I'm really excited for today's spotlight video. I have Pastor Tony with me from Hope House Project. Pastor Tony, thanks very much for coming along on a Sunday and doing this.
Thank you very much.
I know it's a really busy day for you today. You've had your online church service. You've then had your Skelmersdale police service. So thank you so much for coming along and giving us 30 minutes of your time. I really appreciate that. Guys, if any of you are not familiar, Hope House Project is an umbrella company for a lot of different amazing things that are happening in Skelmersdale. It's a youth club, it's a kids church, it's a charity shop. Pastor Tony's also written ebooks. I'm not going to give too much away because I want Tony to explain all of these to us. But just to give you an overview of that, they're in schools, they are doing so many things. They offer a signposting service for people that are in crisis or in need, and also just a pair of ears to listen to anybody. So Pastor Tony, so excited to let everybody know all of the different things that you're doing in Skem. And I'd like to just start off by saying thank you so much for everything that you've done. You've been in Skem a very long time now. And can you just let people know about that? How long have you actually been here and why?
Wow, why? That's a big question. I was part of a church in Liverpool, and these two guys came from Skem to Liverpool to come and ask that we work with them for their family and what they were doing. And they had like a small group of children that they were running in the townhouse community center. That's where they were running then. So this is July 1992. So next month or the next few weeks will be 28 years. We've been coming. I've been driving down from Liverpool, M57, M58, all the way to Skem, and I'm talking of 6 days a week, minimum 5 days, sometimes 7 days, really. As I've been in Skem, and I don't think there's any part of Skem I've not been or I don't know in all those years. So yeah, we've been working in Skem since July 1992. Yeah, it's been a long time. I love Skem. I really love Skem, and yeah. So there are many things we're doing in the town.
That's absolutely fantastic. All the way from Liverpool, 6 days a week. Lockdowns obviously caused a few issues for you, not being able to do as much as you would like to. But still, traveling all the way from Liverpool into Skem is absolutely fantastic. So thank you so much for doing that.
Pleasure.
You've got a few different sort of areas. First and foremost, you are a church, and you're a church that's based over in
Dream Center.
In the Dream Center, which is in Little Digmore.
In Digmore.
In Digmore, okay. Your church is in Digmore, and then you've got a charity shop which is in Little Digmore, right? And that's called Hope House. Fantastic. So you are a church, you are a charity, and you are offering a charity shop at Hope House. Why have you set up a charity shop in Hope House? What's the reason for that?
Right. Okay. So if we rewind a bit, we've been doing kids work, as I said, since 1992 in Skem. And in those years, I mean, obviously, there's some funding you can get here and there, some £250 or maybe £2,000. And then the lengthy form you have to fill, and then the monitoring and procedures you have to comply with, and all of that hassle, which is wonderful. Of course, if somebody's funding you, you have to provide evidence. I 100% agree with that. But then the fund is only for about 2 months or 3 months or 6 months, and it's only paying basic stuff. And I'm thinking, what happens after that? So we are back to zero. And then, of course, it's definitely not paying for staff or volunteers or anything. So over the years, because we're working with children, and children are being born every day. So you can imagine children who were born 28 years ago, when we started this scheme, they're now 28 years old. So it's almost likely that anybody in their 20s, children born in scheme, will have seen my face in a primary school, high school, somewhere, all those years. And many of them have grown now, they have their families, they've all traveled around the world that we have ministered to. So basically, I was looking at a time where we can have something self-sustainable. Yep. So we can carry on the work. Because, I mean, I've seen many groups started in scheme, many good-hearted people with projects, and they've only run from when the funding is available. When it's available a year or two, after that, they're gone. Some wouldn't even start because they're first looking for salaries, so which you won't find. And when they have the big grant, that's where most of the salary goes to. So basically, we just for as long as there are children in the town, we'll like to minister to them. But since we can't depend on grants or not, and that's something I'm going to advise anybody running any charity or any project, find a way in which you can be self-sustainable. When you have something of your own, then you choose what to do with it. When you have something given to you by the council or whatever, a funder, it's called restricted funding, which is fine, which you have to spend it for what you are funded for. That's okay. But when you generate your own income, you can spend it on anything you want to spend it on. So basically, we're looking at the point where we can have our own funding. And we have 2 buildings, which were given to us by the council as of 2008. But that was based on the work we've been doing in the town since 1992. So when the council were, I think it was costing the council $250,000 every year just to get key holders to open and lock some of these community centers. And the council were looking for a way to give them over to charities, organizations that will look after them. So we were given the one in fact, I was managing a football team of lads in Skem in 2008. So I went to the council office in Omskek just to apply for the playing field where we will be playing our weekly game. So I sat in reception, and these 2 guys, John Nelson, Peter Cooley, those in the council will know them. Anybody hearing this, you know them. They walked into the council office and said, "Tony, what are you doing here?" I said, "Oh, I'm waiting for Sue to allocate our playing field." I said, "Where are you coming from?" They said, "We're coming from a community asset meeting." I said, "What's that?" They said, "This is where we as the council have a building and we'll give it to you as a charity. And then there's this funding to refurbish it." I'm thinking, wow. Now, seriously, this is another big thing. I've been praying, and our church was missing a little Adegbenro then. And I've been saying that long. The building was falling down, the window, the roof, everything was a mess. And I just said to my wife that Sunday before, that next Sunday, we're just going to close down and just go. It was the Thursday of that week when I was in the council office, and they walked in saying the building is available. So they said, so like you have Hope House, which is in Adegbenro, we'll give you that building. Of course, we make an application on your behalf, and the funding will refurbish the building. And John Nelson said, "Tony, remember, you wrote us some letters some months ago," which I did, but I forgot all about it. That if the council buildings are available, you'll be interested. So I said, so the building at the end of Carfield, we can give it that one as well. I'm thinking, wow, 2 buildings. And the funding that's a huge blessing. So that was the main funding we've received from the council on the community asset. But apart from that one, so things have just gone everywhere. So coming back to the charity shop, basically we had a little Adegbenro, and a lady was working with me, who still working with us now, because we're looking for funding. She said, on a Thursday, "Pastor Tony, what if we have a charity shop?" I said, "Okay, I'll think about it." That was on a Thursday. So I didn't think much about it. I left it on that discussion. By the time it was Monday, when I came back to the building, I found out there were 2 rails of clothes, some toys, some books. So I said, "Where is this from?" She said, "Well, I told you about it on Thursday. You said you'd be thinking about it." And I just thought I'd just take action. I just said, "Where is this from?" She said, "From my house." And I'm thinking, wow, what a crazy woman. And I've always shared that with people, that there are opportunities. Don't tell me there are no opportunities. No chance. Don't tell me that. I will not believe you. I can tell you many stories of, I don't have enough time now to tell you about that. That's an opportunity there. The building was there, sitting down there doing nothing. Somebody saw a need. She acted on it. So I couldn't stop her. We just started from there. So basically, people began to bring 1 bag of clothes here and there, and things just grew from there until last 2018 January, when we then moved to the big unit, which is in Unit 22, Green Hay Place off Gillibrand Road. If you know Skem, you know Calvella on your left, you go past the bridge and past the old mobility shop, you see CEF on the main road. We're next to just to CEF. So we've only been there about a year. So the charity shop is grown, but what that is doing is giving us so this is coming from donations from the wonderful people of Skem. Most of them from Skem. Obviously some from Wigan, other areas, people are donating and buying. So that fund, the items are refurbished, and we're able to sell them off and raise funds. And now we're supporting 7 children organizations that we're funding every single month. So it's going all around the world to cancer, Children with Cancer UK, NSPCC in UK, Metro World in New York, a children's charity from Africa, water aid, which you've seen on TV, and then of course the one we're doing in Skem. So that fund has enabled us to be able to free myself and a few others to be able to go into school and do schoolwork and work in the community and be available to counsel people and do so many things. So that's just a charity shop function build. So we have the shop in Little Digmore and the one in Unit 22 in Green Hill Place.
That's absolutely fantastic. So for those that are listening, what Pastor Tony was getting to there when he was talking about having a vehicle to be self-sustainable with funding, we've actually spoken to quite a few CICs and social enterprises over the last 5 to 6 weeks. Just to remind you of some of them, the e-rooms, they offer music lessons, they have beer for sale, they have a function room. And the reason they do that is so that they can raise their own funds so that they can provide a service to the community. And basically that's what Pastor Tony's doing. He's got a charity shop so that he can sell goods that are donated and then he can use those funds to help the community. As he said, you know, there's a kids' church, there's kids' youth clubs, they go in to do schoolwork, etc. So people donating stuff to the charity gives them money then, once they've sold those goods, to be able to do this amazing work. So, Pastor Tony, if anybody wanted to donate anything to your charity shops, what types of things can they donate to you?
Okay, people can donate good and quality household items. Usually, anyway, people want to change things. They want to change their settee, they want to change their washing machine or white goods, electronics, beds, whatever, all of those main items there. Now, before COVID-19, we were able to go into any house and pick any and collect items, but things have changed now. For your own safety and for our own safety, we can't come inside the house. So the only difference is now that if you're donating anything, we'll definitely ask you to send us a photograph of that item. So that whereas we can go in before and look at this and look at that, we can do that. Just send us a photograph of the item. You have a Hope Charity Shop Facebook page, and you'll find my mobile number and an email at the end of this chat, which you can send them to. Once you send the photo, preferably by WhatsApp, we'll give you a decision within minutes, maximum within an hour, but I'm on my phone all the time anyway. So those items can be donated. We will arrange the pickup. Again, for the pickup, the van man, for your safety, for their safety, like just the usual courier these days, DPD, Ramil, all of them, they will only drop the item by your door. So when it's been agreed, the van man will phone you for a time, you put the item outside, and then they will pick it up from there. So yes, white goods, furnitures. We used to take clothes and shoes and bags, but we do have the staff to do that now. But mainly most items, which you will know, you can still buy yourself, but of course, want to change things over. So once they're available to be donated, just take the photo, send them to us, and we'll give you a response back.
And that's absolutely fantastic. And just to reiterate that, you said good stuff, right? You don't want people thinking this chair's only got 2 legs, so I'm going to give it to Pastor Tony. They can take it away for me. Or this freezer's not working anymore. I'm just going to dump it at a charity shop. It's got to be stuff that's good and stuff that if you went into a charity shop yourself, it would be something that you would consider buying that somebody else had owned previously. So please, not rip stuff, not damaged stuff. Just some nice stuff that you've decided, I don't need this anymore. I can give it to a charity shop and then they can put that to some good work, like the Kids Club. And so I want to talk to you about the Kids Club. I know it's locked down at the moment, so you can't really do anything with that. But the Kids Club was something that was amazing, and I believe it didn't cost anything, right? The kids from around the town could attend for free. So can you just explain a little bit about what that was and the Kids Church, please, Tony?
Thank you very much. The Kids Club, I've been working for kids with kids over 3 decades now. So we ran the Kids Club, which we ran from center to center. We started from, as I said, July 1992 in Townhouse Community Center. And I've used every community center and every meeting room in Skem in those 28 years. We ran everywhere. There was a time we were running 6 centers at the same time every week. I mean, it was I can show you the photos. We had hundreds of kids. So we've been doing Kids Club for years. Before COVID-19, of course, we were stationed at the Dream Center building, which is at the end of Carfield by the Hope High School. That's where we've been since 2008. We were running Kids Club on Tuesday, and sorry, Kids Church on Tuesday, Kids Club on Friday. What's the difference? Kids Church for kids who, where the Kids Church allows us to teach Christian principle, but drawing morals from there to help the family, to help the kids to understand the need, why they need to be well behaved to their parents at home, to the school, to the community. We're linking up all of life in that way. So from those stories, we raise questions, which we ask the kids, and then they can answer the question and win prizes. So when they come on the Tuesday, which is Kids Church, they come in free. They're not paying anything. And then they do all the games, and then they win prizes, and then they take packets of crisps home, which is all free, and then they eat burgers and pizzas, I mean, every week. I mean, none of that is paid for by the parents, by the kids, by the council. No, all of that is because of the charity shop. So I'm saying again, once again, thank you so much for those who are donating. Your donation is not wasted. It helps us to provide this service for the kids in the town. So they come in free. And then on the Friday, they come for Kids Club, which is all games. So we don't do any stories, anything. But that also allows us to be able to work with some of these kids. Some of them have anger issues. They have issues at home and all of this stuff that we're able to really, so it's really fascinating working with kids. So Tuesdays and Friday, they come in, nothing to pay. They come in, they're eating, they're taking food home. Some of them, sometimes we give them the food home in carrier bags to take home as well. So, I mean, it's wonderful. But COVID-19 started, and obviously we can't meet in the building. But what we've done now, what we have now, we have an online program. So if you're looking for this, go to Facebook. If you're on Facebook, it's called Young Disciples Online Church. So we have that one, Young Disciples Online Church. If you go there, you'll find it. So basically, we're still providing the same service. Obviously, we can't send food across the area for now, but we're providing a service for 6 to 11-year-olds. Every Monday, they log in from 5 to 6:30. And those who are 12 plus, high school age, 12 to 17, 18, they meet from 6 to half 7. So we meet online, and because we took it online, people can register from everywhere. So we have people registering from all over the world. So we have people from, 1 or 2 from Skem, we have some from Liverpool, Manchester, Sheffield, London. A lady who joined from Ireland, she's registered about 13 families from Ireland. I mean, a very large number. And a lady just joined about 3 weeks ago. She has a sister in the US. So she sent a message to the sister in the US. And that one in the US has registered 7 families from the US, from US of A, logging in online. Well, I was still getting the registration yesterday. A lady joining from Germany, another one joining from Nigeria. So it's just absolutely gone berserk. It's international, it's online. Parents just love it. The parents are playing the games with the kids as well. I mean, they just love it because it's our family. We've loved to just create opportunity for kids. So whether lockdown or no lockdown, again, your mind is not locked down. Your creativity is not locked down. Your talent, no, there's not, forget about the lockdown. No, you can reinvent yourself. And again, if you're struggling in that way, give us a chance. Okay, I mean, we thank God. God has helped us to be able to reinvent in many, many different ways. So although the lockdown started and we couldn't meet, but now we're meeting online, and the number is growing every single day, week after week. So that's Monday, every Monday, 5 to 6:30 for the 6 to 11-year-old, and 6 p.m. to 7:30. Again, go to Young Disciples Online Church. You see the link there. You need to register. You'll send a request to our mobile number, and then we'll send them a consent form, which the parents have to fill in to say, I want my child to be registered. So everything is done legally. We are part of an international organization called Urban Saints. So again, you can go and Google that. So they have about 2,000 groups in the UK that's running this activity. So we're just a part of that as well. So yeah, so we're providing that online to the children at the moment. So we'll see how it goes. When the lockdown is over, we don't know. Some parents obviously will have some fears in not allowing their kids to come out and all of that stuff, but whatever happens, even if we can't do the one in the building, then we will definitely continue with the one online. We just have to move the times around, but definitely we're still doing something, and we will not stop. For as long as there's life and their children, we'll be providing something for children. So there you go. And young people as well. So yeah, get registered and then they can join in that.
That's absolutely fantastic. Pastor Tony, I've told you this before, but I used to be a youth worker myself when I lived in Stockport. for a good few years, I was working with 11 to 14, 15-year-olds within the Hazel Grove Baptist Church. And a very similar thing. Kids from school, maybe some of them broken homes, etc. It wasn't so much about the church. Of course, there was some church element to it, but it was very much more about bringing these kids together for fun, for friendship, for just giving them a safe space to be. So, with a more gentle approach to Christianity, with regards to the kids' club, very different to the kids' church, which was normally for members of the church already, their children, etc. So I've got a real passion for youth. As I'm going around Skelmersdale, I'm mapping out where all the parks are. I'm thinking about different community events we can do for the kids. And I very much am interested in what you're doing and would love to be involved in this moving forwards, and also have my own 3 kids getting involved in it. And so that's why I'm so excited to talk to you as well, because I really do see your passion for it. 28 years, I can only salute you for that and just say thank you so much. It's brilliant. So you're also going into schools as well. I'd love to know a little bit more about what it is that you're doing in the schools, and any schools in particular.
Okay, the school work started from 1999. The first school we did was St. Edmunds in Old Skem. That was Mr. Ashley, David Ashley, when he was the head teacher there. Of course, he's retired now. He's a Frank Sinatra man. He's a very good friend. And so we've had links with the school. And then I heard about this group who are running a children's walk in New York, and they were reaching 20,000 kids. And I'm thinking, what? How do you do that? So basically, I went to New York to see their format. And when I came back, I just said to Miss Ashley, I want to get into more schools. So he gave me a reference. And from that reference, in December 1999, that he gave me, between December 1999 and June 2000, 6 months, 7 months, this door just opened. And then suddenly we were in 13 primary schools and 4 high schools. So every week, we are in 2 schools, 3 schools, in the morning, in the afternoon, primary school, high school. The high school we're doing was Glenburn, when it was still on. Glenburn is pulled down now. We're doing Glenburn, Latham, of Holland High School, and Homescare School. We did those 4 regularly. Take to school assemblies, reaching the kids, giving them, the school love it. The kids love it themselves. And of course, many primary schools, too many to mention. And that's just in Skem, apart from the ones we did in Liverpool. Eventually, we were going to the school every lunch hour when Glenburn was on in the last 2 years. Basically, lunch period, we go to the school and we just go and help the kids on the playground, talk to them about personal development, about how to use their brain, how to study, how to be less stressful. So it's not a religious thing alone, but many more interacting with, for example, we tell them how you can use your brain, how you can make your brain sharper. Anybody can do this. I say, for example, A is the alphabet. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. If you take it all the way to Z, Z is 26, P is 16. So I'm saying, if you know, so put the numbers to the letters, and then when you look at anywhere you go, there are cars. Every car has a registration plate, XAB 753. Just add them up, just mentally, just add them up. On the road, anywhere, you show them how to use their brain to learn in ways that really that shocked them. And they came back. We related with them on many family stuff. Some of the kids tell us stuff that they have not even told their parents, or the school are not aware. And we've gone back to let the school know, or let the parents know, and they've come back to say thank you. Many parents have phoned us. But all of that we're able to do because we were released from not having to be running after funding, and we have the charity shop to be able to help in some way, and we're able to go into the school. If you go again on Facebook, we have a Facebook page for most of our activities. That one is called School Angels Network. School Angels Network. So we ran that for many years, and before the lockdown happened, we were in Latham High School. And even some of the kids who have left the school, they are still phoning me. They are still connecting on Facebook. One guy, after he left his primary school, many, many years ago, he now owns a big hotel in Singapore. Wow. He had an issue one day with mental issue, with stress, and he said the first person that came to his mind was me. So he rang me. He said, Pastor Tony, do you remember me? So he gave the name. Eventually, I remembered him. And we had a chat. So, many thousands of kids over the years now, we've been able to go into school to help. So we're relating to them on how to, the same messages that parents, moms and dad are trying to teach them, which sometimes they don't listen to. We share the same thing with them. But because we're outside the agency and we built a rapport with them, they just listen and they do it. So it's for the benefit of the parents that we go to the school. So the job we're doing is just varied in many ways. As I said, the one for the school is a School Angels Network, and we'll see how it happens when the school are back in September or whenever. Any school that we can still reach out to, we would love to do that. We love kids, we love them. We go with a packet of crisps, usually, or sweets or chocolate, and kids just love food. I mean, everybody loves food. So once you have that, you can relate to them. So again, we have some of this supply from either the PepsiCo, the factory, which they give us sometimes, thanks to them. But when we run out of that, we use our money to buy some to take to the schools as well. So basically, yes, we work in schools as well, and we're still doing that. Thank you very much.
That's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, you're in schools, you've got this charity shop, you're running a kids club, but you also have some other opportunities available to people. Having a charity shop, having the fact that you need stuff picking up from people's houses, you need stuff cleaning, you need stuff putting into the charity shop. If something turns up and there's a slat missing from one of the beds, etc. So you need people to help you within the charity shop, and there are opportunities available for people, right, to volunteer. And I don't want to steal your thunder with that one, but I'd definitely like you to explain, how you can help people through them potentially giving you some of their time.
Okay, I've said to people, volunteering is powerful. Volunteering changes lives. There was a guy who used to be stuck in this room. From his room where we sit, he had his budgie in the cage, and then he has his TV computer here. So he's also switching from this to his bed, on and on, until he came to volunteer with us. In about 2 months or so, he lost some weight. He felt so good. He said now he can talk to people, not just talking to the bird in the cage. And he's a guy who loves to talk. So volunteering tremendously helped him greatly. I can tell you, everyone that's come, one way or the other, they've improved. And I've said to anybody who come in, whatever skill sets you have, when you come to our charity, I will ensure that we take that to another level. And that has happened. And we have many who have come, and they've learned various skills from nothing. There was a lady who came, she was afraid of touching the mouse on the computer. She thought it was a real mouse. Seriously. You think, what? As simple as that. I know we're laughing now, but it was like, no, I can't talk. I said, no, you can't. So we just showed her basic things. Eventually, she was able to copy and paste. She was so made up. I mean, it improved. She was in this near 60s or so. And I mean, many stories of many people who have come, and volunteering will improve your CV, will give you a better life. And we have people who have volunteered after 10 years. I'm still writing references for them. So because, the organization is there, and there are many things to do. So yeah, we have handymen are needed all the time. Although we have somebody now, we need a handyman to fix this, fix that. I'm not much of a handy person. I can do some, but I will take much of my time from organizing, from planning stuff. So we need handymen. We have people who can do retail for clothes and things. Although we don't have much clothes now, or somebody who can clean. We have some who are very good in moving stuff from here to there. They say this goes with that, that goes with this. They can see it. So if you're that minded, then you are welcome. People who can help to clean, general cleaning. With anybody who can do Facebook. If you can do Facebook and you can copy and paste, surely I can show you something you can do on Facebook. There are many groups we need to post to, many other things we need to do that you can do. Even some of the social media, you may be able to do from home as well. So not only in the building. So don't sit down there thinking there's no opportunity, there's nothing to do. If you're looking for opportunities to improve yourself, better your life, and more so, add to other people's life. When you come to volunteer with us, you're not just volunteering, don't say I'm just coming to a charity shop. No, you are reaching all those thousands of kids that we are reaching behind the scene that you can see. And as you are blessing them, keep that in mind. So it's not just that you just come in there to do something. I've said to people, don't come like as if you are forced. Come because you really want to. And when you give, is a natural law of the universe, sowing and reaping. If you sow, it will come back to you. I can tell you that. And men have gone from volunteering with us to get quality jobs in many places. in many places. You probably know of an online newspaper in Skem called skemnews.com. Okay, the guy those who owned it, the two guys who started it, came as people came to volunteer to work on the project in our charity shop. And then from there, this other my friend, I won't mention his name, this other guy, he took them on and he just encouraged them. One of them was good in writing, it was always on Twitter, social media. The other one was good on writing reports. From there, he just helped them and developed them to start skemnews.com. You know, so that's an online newspaper that is on in Skem to the reaching. So I can raise a shout for them, really, but all of that started as well, coming to the build. So many have come and they've gone on to do many, many great things all over everywhere. So I recommend you, please go and patronize skemnews.com. Make sure it's your #1 newspaper in Skem. I'm proud to be a part of that one in a little way, but definitely that's just one of many things that I started from volunteering, from coming to help, and then from there things just happen. So that's, yes, so there are many things to volunteer for. We have a whole list of them. Again, if you go to our Hope Charity Shop page, you will see some stuff there. If not, message me on the number and the email you have at the end of this broadcast, and then we can take it from there.
Fantastic. And I can testify to the fact that volunteering really is good for your CV. I had somebody come in to help me with a few cleanups of the town. And when they needed the job, they asked if they could put me down as the reference. And of course, the reference I gave was brilliant. They're committed to our town. They turn up on time. They get on with everybody. They're very friendly and they care about the environment. And as a community leader, I was able to write that reference to say, yeah, I really do like this person. I appreciate them. And I think they're great for the job. Lockdown happened, so things are a little bit on hold, but they have been given the job. They're just waiting until after lockdown to start it.
Good.
So yeah, if you've got volunteer opportunities for people that could clean, people that could mend things, people that could deliver stuff, people that could work in retail, even if it's just a couple of hours a week, that looks so good on a CV. I actually run a local business myself as well, and I love to see volunteering on people's CVs. It shows that they're happy to give something back.
That's right.
So fantastic. Pastor Tony, I like to keep these to about 30 minutes. We're coming up close to 30 minutes, but there's a couple of other things I still want to talk to you about. So I'm going to try and get these in quickly. Coronavirus is a very stressful time for a lot of people. And the good news is you've actually written an ebook about dealing with stress. Can you just talk about that just for a couple of minutes, please?
Okay, very quickly on that one. Again, if you go to the Facebook page, Create Your World, or if you go to my Facebook page, you get a link to the book. Where I've written an ebook electronically called How to Kiss Stress Goodbye. We even produce a workbook and an audio on it. That book, definitely, we need to sell it again to raise more funds because there are many more charities we need to reach and many more work we need to do. So, but for now, we'll make it available for people in Skem or anybody listening to this. If you go to the link, which will be on the bottom of this video, or you find me on Facebook. So it's how to deal with stress. Really, I mean, as I've been doing so many multiple of things. And people can say, how do you manage all of that? Well, it's because I know how to keep positive stress is good, but negative stress is a killer. It's been said at least about 85% of cases of people who are sick or disease or whatever that go to doctors, stress has been an underlying factor. And this is got serious because I know one or two teenagers that took their life really at the end of it. And I'm saying stress doesn't just happen. Suicide doesn't just happen. It's from bit and bit and bit of something that is happening and you're not taking care of it. In a very nice and simple ways, I can show you. I can talk with you. The book will give a great deal of information, which will be helpful for you and for anybody else. And I don't mind even if it goes viral and you get many hundreds or thousands to download it, fine. If you want to get a copy of the book, go to our Facebook page or send an email to info@hopehouseproject.com. Info@hope, HOPE, So send us an email and be able to get a copy of the book, and that will help you tremendously. That's another way in which we're trying to give to the community.
And that's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, guys, info@hopehouseproject.com if you want a copy of that free ebook. please send an email there and you can get that. All the contact details that Pastor Tony shared, I will be including those at the end of this video. They will be on your screen for 20 to 30 seconds. So please make sure you watch it right to the very end and grab all of those. Finally, Pastor Tony, we have the Dream Centre and Hope House. The Dream Centre is in Adegbenro. Yep. And it is an old community centre that the council gave you to run, and which is fantastic. But you were saying that the building could be available to local community groups or people that needed it for functions, etc. Because you've obviously got the church in there on a Sunday and the kids club on a Tuesday, but besides that, it's pretty much free and available, right?
Yeah, basically, I mean, as you know, I'm a pastor, I'm a minister. The church is Divine Solution Church. Again, you can find out on Facebook, Divine Solution Church. Obviously, we're not meeting in the building now because of COVID-19. We're meeting online. And today, Sunday, for example, I just did a message on the police and policing in the community, law and order. So all the messages we preach, they are relevant to everyday life. So you will know we're a gospel music church. You will really enjoy the messages that will change your life. But we have the building called Dream Center at the end of Carfield. Even before the lockdown, it was only used about 3 days a week. But the building is available. We want to make that available to any project, any organization that want to run something in the town. Whether you are funded or not, we can have a chat. We don't want the building sitting down there doing nothing. So we can always work something out. It may be at little or no cost at all. Depending on what you are doing, if you're funded, then we need to know. If you're not funded, we may be able to find a way in which we may even bear some of the cost. So we want to make it available. We don't want the building. The one what we battle with is waste. We hate waste. Waste of anything. Waste of time, waste of effort, waste of energy, waste of goods, waste of building. So the building is available. If you like to make use of it, to run the project, if you want to run something for the kids or for families, single parents, whatever it is, in the town or in the area, just let us know. We'll have a chat and we'll make it available. We want it to be a blessing to many. You can have a party there, which we've had. We've had the bouncy castle in the building, the big bouncy castle over the years. We've done many activities. We managed a football team as well over the years, and we won trophies in Skem, in Liverpool, all of those stuff there. So working for the community as much as we can. Yeah, so the building is available. Thank you very much.
And just to say a couple of things about the building, there are male and female toilets, there are kitchen facilities, there is a full PA system in there as well because it is run as a church at the weekends. So if you are a local business and you're thinking you want a meeting room, or maybe you're a community group that needs somewhere to do their AGM, etc., definitely consider that building. It's over in Adegbenro, and as Pastor Tony said as well, available for the community for parties, etc. So this is absolutely fantastic. Pastor Tony, there's so much that you're doing, from being in schools to running charity shops to get money to help you with your kids' church and your kids' clubs. You've written an ebook. there's a lot of stuff that is going on there. I just want to ask you, is there anything else I should have asked you or we should have spoken about that we haven't?
I can't think of it. I mean, so just in summary, we have the church. So again, in the time that we are in, people are asking questions about the end time, about coronavirus, about spiritual life. So if you're asking any of those questions, or you know anyone seriously that needs counseling, needs speaking to, somebody who needs any help, we are counseling families on marriages, parents on their relationships, businesses, individuals, people for career, people for employment. So if you know anybody who's looking for somebody to speak to, we are available. Where we cannot help, where it's beyond us, then we can easily signpost that. So yes, we're doing all we can do. So we invite you, join all our meetings, join the one on the Sundays, go to my Facebook page, you see the message there. Join the kids one on Monday for your kids. That's relevant for them. If you want to feel stressed or depressed, then the ebook is there to help you along the way. Want to start a project, you want to start a business, career advice, let us know. We will do what we can do. And so we thank God. God has helped us all these years. So we give all thanks and all glory to God. Without God, I can't do what I'm doing. And I thank God for the people He has given me. And well done, James, for meeting with you, for connecting with you. You are doing a great job as well. Trying to connect the people in the town. So we need more like that. People say something about Skem. There's nothing wrong with Skem. I've always said that. There's nothing wrong with any place. So when we just come together and we work together, we can make it happen. We can fix it. So let's do that. So thank you for the opportunity, and God bless everyone. Make contact with us on the mobile number, by the email address, or go to the relevant Facebook pages, or come to my main Facebook page. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. And again, the contact details will be at the end of the video, but if you just remember, it doesn't matter what you need, info@hopehouseproject.com. You can just send an email about absolutely anything that you've heard on this video today, and Pastor Tony will pick that up. I love the fact that you offer a signposting service. Just want to talk about that for a couple of seconds. I know you mentioned it, but just in case any of you aren't aware, a signposting service is just basically you go to Pastor Tony and you say, I've got this problem. Who knows what it is, whether it's domestic abuse, or whether it's you just looking for a new church, or whether you want to know more about the kids club. It could be anything. Signposting service is Pastor Tony saying, okay, here's the place you need to be, and then pointing you in that direction. So fantastic point of contact, info@hopehouseproject.com. If you've got any stuff laying around the house and you're thinking, do you know what, I actually don't need this, or I'm looking to replace it and it's decent quality, take a picture of it, send it on WhatsApp or via text message to Pastor Tony, or email it to info@hopehouseproject.com. And if they can, they'll take it and sell it, and then be able to continue doing all of their amazing work. Pastor Tony, thank you so much for coming along today. I really, really appreciate it. Guys, if any of you have got any questions as well, Pastor Tony is in the Skem First Facebook group, so you can also just tag him in there as well. And I'll just finish this by saying, thank you so much for watching all of these. I really look forward to connecting with you again. Pastor Tony, I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you for coming and taking your time out to do this.
Thank you,
everyone. Thank you so much for watching this. Take care. Have a great weekend, and God bless.
Thank you, everyone. God bless.